Kene from Presidential Lifestyle here with your Wealth Wednesday prosperity tip of the day. I want to talk to you about what you do when you lose your job. So, that's a big deal when you lose your job. I mean, mentally, financially, emotionally, depending upon how it happened, it can be really crushing. What you don't want to do is you don't want to keep up your same life, try to keep up your same lifestyle. That is the number one worst way to handle this. So you're going to have to tap into your savings, and hopefully you've had savings. You've listened to some of the other tips and know that depending upon your industry, you're going to have at least three, but maybe more if you're in IT or HR. Those are industries that seem to find jobs really relatively quickly. So you may only need 3 months of savings. Where if you are in the C-suite, or if you're in a less demanding job, then a less a job that's not under demand, I should say, then it may be harder. It may take you 6 or 8 months to find a job. So you want to make sure you do some research on your industry and know the average amount of time. So this is what we do when we have our sit down consultation, and then we decide how many months of savings you need to have. Now, some people just want to have more savings, and so they do. So, I don't stand in the way of that. Number one, I want you to feel prosperous. I want you to feel secure. And based on your idea of prosperity, security might be one of those things. And having more savings is what make you feel prosperous. So that's number one, knowing that you're going to have to use your savings and being okay with that. This is the time. That's why it's there. Okay. Two, I'm gonna say meditate and really stay in your spiritual zone, because it can be really taxing on you emotionally, spiritually, mentally. And so stay around some really positive people so that you don't get down. Just try and stay as motivated and as activated as you possibly can. And so that you can keep active, keep that momentum up, apply for jobs, talk to people, go to job fairs, and go to groups where there are these groups where people who don't have jobs kind of get together weekly or monthly. I think it's every other week. So look on meetups and stuff like that, depending upon where you are in your city. Make sure you're going to networking events, but you're cutting costs. So make sure that they are free or really inexpensive. And when I say cutting costs, I mean that you're not doing all the things you used to do. So you're not going to be able to go out to lunch with your friends as often as you used to. And you should be able to save money, because most people will be at work when you should be, diligently looking for a job. That is your work now. And but cutting costs is important. You have to sacrifice when you don't have a job. And I know that we don't usually want to do that, but I tell my clients all the time, if you sacrifice, you won't ever have to suffer. But the moment you decide you're not going to sacrifice, that is when suffering begins to set in. You say you're not going to sacrifice. Months later, next thing you know, you are struggling. And that is not a good feeling. That is not powerful. That is not peaceful. And it is especially not pleasurable. So I just want you to make sure that you are finding your hashtag power, hashtag peace, and hashtag power pleasure. So keep in mind that if you have debt, you still need to pay those bills. So if you have credit card debt, if you weren't paying off your credit cards in full, then I want you to at least pay the minimum payment. Don't stop paying them. Pay the minimum payment. Stop using the cards, though. I want you to put them in a safe. Just some people say put them in a can and freeze them or whatever. Cut them up. I don't know. I don't suggest that you cut them up, because you're going to need them later, and you may even need them in case of an emergency. But I mean a real emergency, not like, oh my God, I really need these shoes, or oh my God, this golf club is on sale. I mean real emergency. So keep in mind that you want to have them. You want to have credit. Credit is good. It's not bad. You just don't want to abuse it. And when you're using credit when you don't have money, that's basically abusing it. So make sure you're paying the minimum payment at least. Keep your bills paid. And if you can't, communicate with them. Call them, talk to them, let them know this is your hardship. Use that language. Say you're having a hardship. And they'll take some consideration, especially if you have been good at paying your bills until this point. So that is one of the things that, no matter how much money you make, it does not necessarily make you a good steward of your money. but I'm not also saying that you're a bad steward of your money. I'm just saying that you don't always know what to do. Just, you may make $250,000 a year, but it didn't like automatically say, oh, along with this check, we're going to give you some tips on how to stay prosperous. So if you don't have them, don't feel ashamed. There's many people that don't know. You're a great doctor. You're a great attorney. You are a great fashion designer. Whatever it is that you do, you're not a financial advisor. So that's okay. You can, if you have questions, ask them right now. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about my ideas on what to do when you lose your job, and just how to stay financially healthy. These are some things to help you stay financially healthy and reach your idea of prosperity. So if you have any questions about that, leave a comment so that I can answer it for you. Subscribe to this channel and favorite this video. Share it with your friends, because it's lonely at the top because you don't take people with you. So it doesn't have to be lonely at the top. Take somebody with you, and take a couple people, and take me. So visit the website presidentiallifestyle.com. Make sure you're checking out the blog, new posts all the time, and stay in your financial prosperity mood. Keep the the meditations on this channel are so good. I'm not saying that just because I made them. They're really good, especially if you're not like an expert at meditating. If you're just getting started, you'll like them. It'll definitely help you in your walk, in your journey, and really be able to just stay clear and calm and peaceful. Hashtag peace. See you soon.